Hello everyone and welcome back to some more Marvel Champions. I want to record a bit more of this and I'm in a transition phase between two different PCs. You may have already seen community posts regarding the current state of my PC. Can't run basically anything on it. Luckily I can still render videos, but I will be transitioning over to a new PC within a week and a half, give or take. So I want to have a little bit of a backlog stored up in case there's any complications with the swap over, in case it takes me a bit to get my rendering software back up. So I'm recording a little bit of this again in advance, but I have seen some feedback on the previous episodes. I keep forgetting that you don't draw encounter cards for minions. I keep flip-flopping on it. Like sometimes I remember that you don't and sometimes I forget and I do. But on the teams that I have, I've made it harder for myself, and if I do get a rule wrong, and I mentioned this in a comment to someone, if I'm doing a rule wrong that results in the game being harder for me, that's less bad than doing something that accidentally makes it easier. So I will try and remember. Again, it's still new. On that note, I kept mentioning I could not see in the rulebook anywhere mentioning acceleration tokens when the encounter deck runs out, or getting extra encounter cards when your own deck has to be shuffled. And I could not see it, and I looked after the video as well and still could not see it. Thankfully, LoJack, a regular to my gaming streams and also to the tabletop channel, pointed out they're not in the how to play. The book that's actually called Learn to Play does not have the full rules. It's in the reference book. And if you look at the reference book, it has a section on if the encounter deck is empty and if a player deck is empty. That is the only place it said. That is not a good way to teach someone to play the game when the rules are not in the Learn to Play book. So I'm not blaming myself for that one, I'm blaming them. They're in the wrong place. I thought this was just a reference for keywords. So we'll try and do that right this time as well. On that note, thankfully with it being Black Friday month for some retailers, I've been able to pick up some character packs super cheap. I think they're like really early character packs. I picked up one of the people we're playing as today, Captain America, Steve Rogers, and I also picked up Thor. Both of them were less than a tenner, so I thought, why not? Again, I don't really care if they're balanced or not. Like I imagine older decks are not as good as newer decks because they have older cards. That doesn't really matter to me. And we're going to be taking on the final villain from the core box today, which is Ultron and his annoying drones. Speaking of droning, I've droned on enough about miscellaneous side things, so let's just get started with this. I know it's probably not super popular this, but I'm really enjoying playing it. So, and it's easy to record. So as I say, I want some of this recorded just to have it in the bag for the transfer to PC being as new PC being as gentle as possible. And on that note, for those from the tabletop side that helped contribute to the fund for the new PC, thank you very much, because desperately needed the help. So thank you. So Ultron, we fight Ultron Phase 1, we fight Ultron Phase 2, because I'm not doing expert mode. Scheme of 1, attack of 2, but also, after he attacks you, you take the top card of your deck, put it face down, and it is considered an Ultron drone. And this is the card that just tells you how Ultron drones work. They have a scheme of 1, an attack of 1, and 1 hit point. So that's simple enough to start with, and they can get buffed up, so can Ultron. And his main scheme is a 3-parter. So there's 2 potential fails without the game ending, but I did look and the last one doesn't have a high threat value, so if you get that far you've really got to be close to winning. So we learned last time that Claw was having a deal with the Crimson Cowl. It turns out the Crimson Cowl, well it says it here, Claw's mysterious red-hooded employer is really the genocidal android Ultron. That tells you how to set up the deck. It recommends you use the under attack additional module. I did. Setup, it tells you to put that there, and then you flip it over. And then it becomes a threat value of 3 per player, so it only needs to get 3 on it, so chances are this one's going to proc fast. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck into play face down, engaged with them as a drone. Starts with 0 on it, and it gets 1 per player. So, I've already done potential, or partial setups rather, so I'm just going to turn them sideways. That's going to be drones for people who fight me. And on that note, we'll just take a quick look at how Steve Rogers works and get started. So Steve starts with his shield. He has a rule called setup, so you're supposed to look for it. I know you're technically not supposed to look for it immediately because technically your first hand plus mulligan could include the shield and you would have it anyway, but I'm just going to put it into my hand because I wanted to show you what it does. His deck is built around using the shield and his aspect is leadership, I believe. 11 health points, hand size of 6, hand size of 5 on his hero side. Also he is a 2/2/2, and on this side he's got I can do this all day, where you can discard 1 card from your hand to re-ready him, so you can essentially attack or thwart twice per turn, which is pretty neat. So we start as Steve Rogers though, and we're going to draw our initial hand as I kick the camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to see what I want to mulligan. We have Falcon, Honorary Avenger, Avengers Assemble, Make the Call, Super Soldier Serum, and Shield Block, which is good for defense. So we have a couple of freebies and we have an expensive ally. But when we're on the Steve Rogers side, the first ally you would play per turn, if it's an Avenger, is -1 cost. So I actually think this hand is okay. I'll give it a proper look off camera as we get started here. But yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that. I'll mention if I do change anything. On that note, ready to start after this brief word from my channel sponsor. This video is sponsored by Noble Knight Games. Check out the video description below for an affiliate link that will take you through to their store, and it will help me out as well. Thanks. Alright, move some stuff around, let's get started. I forgot to mention the shield gives you retaliate 1, so if I block I do 1 damage back, and +1 defense, so that's 3 defense. And he has cards that can tap that card to do extra stuff. So, turn 1, I'm going to get rid of Honorary Avenger and Avengers Assemble in order to play the Super Soldier Serum, because I feel like getting that out nice and early is a good idea. Exhaust it to generate a fist icon resource, so we can do that. And I feel like just having a bunch of upgrades early is a good idea. I'm going to hold on to the shield block because it negates an attack. And I think I'm going to hold on to Falcon because he takes threat off when he arrives, so I think playing him turn 2 would be the smarter choice. On that note, I think I'm good to just do stuff as Steve now then. Or rather, turn him to Captain America, although then I would have to turn him back. But that's fine. So we're going to flip up. We are going to take out the Ultron drone by attacking it and tapping. It was Wonder Man, so he goes into my discard. We're going to get rid of Make the Call to use I Can Do This All Day, which is ready, and then I'm going to hit Ultron for 2. Easy as that. He goes from 17 to 15 in Form 1. And that is that. So I've got 2 cards in hand. On his hero side, it's 5, so we draw 1, 2, 3. Captain America's helmet, another Super Soldier Serum, and strength in numbers. So that is my hand. Enemy turn, 1 on the main scheme. Oh yeah, sorry, we're ready up again as well. Ultron is attacking us. That means we're going to get a drone if what is the exact wording? It's just after he attacks you. You either get an extra threat on there or you put a drone into play. So you do actually have a choice. I'm just going to take the hit and choose to put another 1 on the main scheme because I think we're going to use Sam to get rid of that threat anyway. And I'm just going to use Shield Block to take no damage from it. When you would take any amount of damage, exhaust Captain America's shield to prevent all that damage. So we'll do that. And have I forgotten anything? I put 1 on there, an extra 1 for him attacking. Encounter card. Concussive Blast. When revealed, deal 1 damage to each friendly character. Well, that's quite rude. Here's me thinking I was getting through without taking any damage. We're down to 10 health, but that's okay. For my next turn, I want to get Sam out, so we're going to have to flip down. That means he now costs 3, and I am going to get rid of Captain America's helmet, which lets him survive death once. I'm hoping I'll eventually just roll back around into it by the time I need it. So that's 3 total, which means we can get Sam out again. He's -1 because of Cap's ability on this side. When he comes out, you look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck. For each treachery, you can remove 1 threat from a scheme. So that is not a treachery, that's a scheme. That's a treachery, that's a treachery, and then put them back in the same order. So he can remove 2 threat, that's the perfect amount, honestly. So we clear that, back down, and it doesn't use his, yeah, it's just his response to arriving. Alright, well, unfortunately I can't flip again. I might as well recover for lack of anything else to do, so we'll go to 11. We'll tap for doing that. Falcon will hit Ultron for 2 and then take 1 consequential damage. So Ultron's down to 13. And we know that drone factory is about to come out, and we draw 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Agent 13, Fearless Determination, Quinjet, Honorary Avenger, and Heroic Strike. Alright, well, we have another ally to get out there, and I think he works well with allies. I think leadership as an aspect does in general. Sure, so ready up, the shield readies up again as well. And Ultron. One threat on the main scheme. He attacks. No, he doesn't, he schemes. Unless yeah, because I'm in Steve Rogers form, I think he has to scheme, unfortunately. So base of 1 plus... well, that actually means the drone factory doesn't come out at least, but it does also mean the Crimson Cowl hits its cap, no pun intended, and moves on. So, it moves on to Assault on NORAD, because he's after the nukes. As you pursue Ultron, you receive a distress call from the North American Aerospace Defense Command in Colorado. They are besieged by an army of Ultron drones. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck into play as a minion drone. Then you advance to step 2B. So it needs to get to 10 threat per player. Starts with 0. Ultron gains control of NORAD. He will have access to the United States Ballistic Missile Command. After placing threat here during step 1 of the villain phase, each player must choose to either place 2 threat here or put the top card of their deck as a drone. That's rough, although that skips. We're past step 1 for this turn. We're on to encounter card. Caught off guard. When revealed, discard an upgrade or support you control if no cards were discarded to surge. Well, goodbye Super Soldier Serum. I kind of forgot you were there, to be honest. I could have tapped you for 1 to get Sam out. Oh well, I've still got another one. And once again, I look at it and make sure I did everything. I'm trying to be correct with everything. 1 threat did go on the Crimson Cowl. He schemed, maxed it out, encounter card, and we got a drone. I think that's everything, yes. So because we're starting the turn on Steve, that means we can get Agent 13 out for 2, because it's not just Avengers. I thought it was Avengers, but it's just reduced the cost of an ally, first ally, by 1. We're going to get rid of both Quinjets to get Agent 13 on the field, which means I'm immediately going to have to move my health counter. Response: after Agent 13 enters play, remove 2 threat from a scheme. Sadly, can't take advantage of that, but that's okay. And then we're going to make her an honorary Avenger. Play only if you're oh, we'll flip over at that point. We now have the Avenger trait. Attached to a friendly character, attached character gets +1 hit point and also is classed as an Avenger, which matters for some of his cards. So she's an honorary Avenger. And with that, we don't really need to do anything else. I think I want to hold on to the 2 cards I have. So we just start punching. Who's got the weakest attack? Agent 13 only has an attack of 1. She'll tap to kill the Ultron drone, which as it turns out was, shield toss. Takes 1 consequential damage of her technically 4 health now. And then Sam and Captain America are going to hit Ultron for a total of 4. Sam takes his second consequential bit of damage. 4 puts Ultron down to 9. It's pretty good. And then I could attack again with Steve, actually. I'll get rid of Fearless Determination I can do this all day. Tap, immediately untap, hit him for 2 more. So he's down to 7. I'm ending my turn with a heroic strike in hand that I want to just hold on to. So we ready up, ready up, and draw 4 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got Shield Toss, Avengers Assemble, Strength in Numbers, and Make the Call. Okay. And then, Ultron CERN. 1 on the scheme. Oh, and then we need to do the new thing. That's also not the right symbol. So this is step 1. We can choose to either have a drone come out or put 2 more threat there. I'm going to put 2 more threat there. I'll do singles because they'll come off afterwards. Ultron is attacking us, and I'm just going to take it to the face, I think. We have a defense of 3 right now. Yeah, that's going to make a drone come out as well, actually. Hang on, I've rethought. Yeah, I'm going to rethink that and have a drone come out anyway. So we'll have a drone out from Assault on NORAD. Ultron's attacking us, so another drone's coming out. So we have 2. He's attacking for a base of 2. He's attacking for 2, plus deal 1 damage to each character you control. Arg! So he's hitting for a total for 3 against Steve, but thanks to his shield he blocks it. And unfortunately, that wipes out Falcon. I was going to use him for things. And that's 1 more consequential on Agent 13. And again, remember she has +1 health from that, but that's still nasty. Now those drones came out before the step at which minions attack, I think. Yeah, because it was when the main scheme got threat that the first one came out. The one that came out from Ultron attacking was not out at the right time, because that came out of the attack phase. So one of them is attacking. The other one is not, is my understanding. Oh, you don't draw a card for minions. They hit for 1 damage. I'll take the 1 damage. Then, encounter card. Repair sequence. When revealed, Ultron heals 2 damage for each drone minion engaged with you. Oh no, he healed for 4. That's bad. He's right back up to 11. Here's me thinking I was doing a lot of damage, but it turns out he can heal pretty well. Okay, the reason I did that to have a bunch of drones out is because shield toss seems ideal for taking out 1 health drones to me. Like when I was looking at Steve's deck beforehand, I was like, oh yeah, I bet that's really good at fighting Ultron's drones. Alright, I have planned out my turn and it revolves around using shield toss to the best of my ability. For shield toss, you discard X number of cards from your hand, you return the shield to your hand, and deal 4 damage to X enemies, where X is equal to the number of cards discarded. So I'm going to discard 3. I'm going all in on this. Discard 3. Shield comes back to my hand. Playing shield toss for this, as I just explained. 4 damage to X number of enemies means both drones go away, so I get a Fearless Determination back and a Heroic Strike. More importantly, Ultron also takes 4 damage, so he's right back down to 7. I will not let him get away. And I'm then going to use the Heroic Strike in my hand to replay the shield right back out. I have efficiently used my entire hand. Hopefully that was the best thing to do with it. It means I can't double tap Captain America, but that's okay. I think Agent 13 has 2 health left because of the upgrade she's got. So I will thwart, because I want Captain America to keep attacking. So she's going to thwart. She takes 1 consequential damage. Normally that would take her off the field, but again, she's got +1 health. Clear assault on NORAD. We tap and smack Ultron for 2 more, putting him down to 5. I think that's everything I can do. So with that, we're ready up. Technically she would ready up there. We're drawing 5 cards. That's 5. Mockingbird, Heroic Strike, Steve's Apartment, Avengers Tower, that's where all the locations were, and Honorary Avenger. I wouldn't call that a fantastic hand, but Mockingbird being able to stun when she comes out is always handy. I think that's why she's in every deck. Every, like, pre-made deck, I mean. Alright, so we put 1 on the main scheme. We're in hero form. Ultron is attacking us. Oh, sorry, when we put 1 on the main scheme, I have to choose 2 more or a drone. And that's before the attack phase, so it will get to attack. I'll put 2 more threat on. So, Ultron is attacking. I am going to have Agent 13 take this blow for us. So he's hitting for a base of 2. Base of 2. She had 1 extra health left. I'm sure we'll see her again. And now Steve's on his lonesome, and I don't think that's how he wants to be. I think, as I say, he relies on his allies. And then an encounter card. Advanced Ultron drone. Oh dear, it's got 4 health and guard. I'm going to double check what that means. Oh, guard is you can't hit Ultron while he's alive, if I remember rightly. I'll double check to make sure, but hopefully I'm starting to learn the keywords. Forced interrupt. When Advanced Ultron drone is defeated, the engaged player puts the top card of their deck into the face down position engaged as a drone. Ah, so when you kill him he becomes a bog standard drone. That's annoying. And he's got 4 health. Okay, I'll go double check guard and then decide what I'm doing. So guard does indeed mean that I cannot attack Ultron while the drone is alive, but I think you can still apply status effects if it's indirect. I'm not 100% on that, but we're going to make use of that, so I hope it's correct. If it isn't, apologies in advance. My goal this turn is to get Mockingbird out, stun Ultron, and then use Heroic Strike to take out the advanced drone. That's my plan. Although I guess I could always take out the drone first, because you can play the cards in any order. Heroic Strike is going to need 3. Sure, I mean Steve's Apartment and Avengers Tower are going to have to go bye-bye. I'm paying these 3 cards to play Heroic Strike. It is a bit of a waste because it's going to do 6 damage. It would have been better punching Ultron with it, but Deal 6 damage to an enemy. If you paid for this using a physical resource, I did. Stun the enemy. Not going to matter because the enemy is dead. That's 6 damage to the Ultron drone. Unfortunately, he becomes a regular drone right after, but we can have Mockingbird deal with that. Well, next turn that is. Although actually, well, one, I can't play Mockingbird this turn, so I don't really have a choice. She's staying until next round. I'm just debating, should I flip down to Steve Rogers after attacking? I mean, either way, we'll kill that drone, for sure. We'll just tap, kill it, boom. I'm glad I did. That's back in my hand, or rather in my pile. I could technically discard Mockingbird to untap and hit Ultron. I don't see that that's the best bit, or to thwart for that matter. I want to hold on to her because that stun's very important. I'm just debating whether or not I flip down to Steve Rogers. It's very unlikely Ultron's going to get enough thwart to get to 10. Although, hang on, it's going to get 1, and then I'd have to choose a drone. So that would be 4. It's massively unlikely it'd get to 6. So, we can probably take a hit. We've got defense 3. Oh, but I don't want to tap, though. I'm going to flip down to Steve Rogers and end my turn. I've made my decision. Let's hope that's not a mistake. I have 1 card in hand, so I draw 5. Since we're on that side, so at least we have more options. Strength, Hawkeye, Power of Leadership, Quinjet, Strength in Numbers. That's a good hand. So, I'm in Steve Rogers form, and Ultron. He gets 1 on the main scheme. I then have to choose, put 2 more on there, or get a drone. I will get a drone, like that. Then, he's going to scheme, and the drone's going to scheme. The drone schemes for 1 automatically. He's scheming for 1 plus 2, so that's a total of 3, if you include the drone. So that's it up to 7, which is pretty nasty. And then an encounter card. Please don't add any scheme. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck into play as a minion drone. Okay. I'm about to run out of cards in my hand there, but could be worse. So, we are in Steve Rogers form, so the first ally I play this round costs 1 less. That means we can use our strength card to pay for Mockingbird. She comes out, and we stun Ultron. Take that. Then, we are going to spend Power of Leadership, which counts for 2 if you're paying for a leadership card. And also the Quinjet, I guess, to pay for Hawkeye to come out, so that's technically 3 because of that card. When Hawkeye comes out, he enters play with 4 arrow counters on him. Response: after a minion enters play, remove 1 counter to deal 2 damage to it. So if we keep Hawkeye alive, he can actually deal with the drones as they appear now. I wish I'd found him earlier, but that's okay. At this point we're flipping up to hero side, and we're going to start blasting. We've got a free turn with Ultron. I am going to tap Mockingbird to take out a drone, which was Squirrel Girl. And that's 1 consequential damage to her. I am going to do the same with Hawkeye. I'm not going to have either of them block for me if it can be helped. So he's going to take out the other drone, which was a shield block. I want those, so good. And then Steve is going to thwart the main scheme for 2. Well, hang on, 2, but then he's going to untap with I can do this all day. I'm going to spend that. And he's going to thwart for a total of 4 to keep that down. So hopefully I did the best I could there with the cards I had. I am going to have to draw from a shuffled deck because we're drawing 5 and there's only 3 left. And that's where the genius card was. So I still need to draw 2 more, and again, now that I've actually read the rules reference where all the rest of the rules are, which is stupid, I now have an encounter card that will get flipped over the next time I flip over encounter cards. So that means we're getting 2 in this villain phase we're about to do after I shuffle up the deck. Just cut randomly, fold them into each other, and done. So I need 2 more. 1, Steve's apartment, welcome back. And unofficial Avenger. Oh yeah, on that note. Ah yeah, Mockingbird is not an Avenger. But that's good, because that means I can give her that upgrade for free. So, Ultron's turn. 1 goes on the main scheme. We choose whether 2 more does or a drone comes out. I will choose for a drone to come out. Ultron tries to attack. He's stunned. He does not attack. The drone hits for 1, I'll take the 1, go down to 9. Encounter card, they get drawn in the order revealed, so this one first, then this one. That might matter, I don't know. Ugh, it's another advanced Ultron drone, that's nasty. And then the other one. Concussion blasters attached to the villain. The villain gains retaliate 1. You can exhaust your hero and spend 2 energy resources to discard this. Great, so Ultron now does 1 damage back when he's attacked. He's upgraded himself. Oh yeah, so before we carry on, immediately forgot Hawkeye's whole shtick. Also, I forgot to untap them. I did that off camera, but it should have happened before the villain turn. So 2 people entered play, so that means that Hawkeye has used up 2 of his arrows. He deals, how much was it? 2 damage, so that just kills that drone, which as it turns out was a shield toss. I'm just not allowed to use those apparently. 2 damage to this drone, which is a good starting point because that means it's only got 2 left. That's much more manageable. We are going to attach Honorary Avenger to Mockingbird, so she is classed as an Avenger and has +1 hit point. Could be useful. And let's see what else. Let's play, well, I could play Avengers Assemble. What does this do? Ready each Avenger character you control. Until the end of the turn they gain +1 thwart, +1 attack. Ooh, that's technically all of them. They're all classed as an Avenger. But Ultron hits them back. Can I get rid of that concussion blaster? It's 2 energy resources. But then I can't play Steve's apartment, which is what I was hoping for. I think this turn is for dealing with the drones. So on that note, I'm going to get rid of Avengers Assemble. This might be a mistake to pay for Steve's apartment. It's just a 1 cost, it's just a little upgrade. You have to be on your outer ego, but if you are, you can exhaust the apartment to draw 1 and heal 1. So it's just an upgrade to potentially use at some point. That means my hand is just cards used for spending on other cards, so I'm going to hold on to those obviously, or potentially get rid of one of them in a second. I'm going to tap to do 2 damage to the drone, take the drone out. The drone becomes a basic drone from my side. Hawkeye immediately kills it. That's a really good synergy. What was it though? That's fine. Honestly, I wouldn't have wanted to draw that right now anyway. So Hawkeye's got 1 icon left on him, or 1 arrow left, which is fine. Do I get rid of a card in order to thwart a little bit? As in to ready Steve up and thwart again. Yeah, I'll get rid of the power of leadership to tap, or rather untap, tap again, get 2 off of the main scheme, and I'll have Mockingbird do the same to get 1. And then she takes 1 more consequential damage. Like that. And then end of turn, everyone readies up. I have 1 card left in hand, it's the Genius card, so I'm drawing 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shield Toss, finally. Quinjet, Avengers Assemble, and Fearless Determination. Alright, enemy turn. 1 on the main scheme. Do I put 2 more on and summon a drone? Or summon a drone, rather. I will summon a drone. Hawkeye immediately kills it. There goes the Super Soldier Serum. That is Hawkeye out of his bonus damage, so now he's expendable. Sorry, Clint, no offense. Ultron is attacking us. I'm debating whether or not I just take the hit on Mockingbird and say goodbye to Mockingbird. Because she's only good for 1 threat, or 1 thwart rather, or 1 damage. Yeah, I'll take the hit on Mockingbird. So base attack of 2, it goes up to 3. I take it the drone thing doesn't kick in if it's hitting someone else. It says attack you, so I presume so. So that takes her out because she had 2 health left with the Avengers upgrade. She's out of there, and then encounter card. When revealed, each player discards the top 3 cards of their deck, Invasive AI, and it starts with 3 threat per player. They're getting into Jarvis, so discard the top 3 cards. There goes, I'm not going to get the helmet upgrade. There goes the other, there's only 2 super serums as well, so both of them are gone again, and I will never see Wonder Man either. Great! That's some bad cards to lose. So that symbol also means that you draw an extra encounter card in the encounter steps. Not this one, because that's the point at which it came out, but going ahead if I can't get rid of it. So my goal this turn is getting rid of that. So thankfully with the hand we've drawn, we can actually deal with invasive AI pretty easily. Fearless Determination is a free event. Captain America gets +1 thwart until the end of the phase and draws 1 card. Squirrel Girl! Okay, that might change things, hang on. I still definitely want to use that thwart, so he's definitely tapping to get rid of invasive AI. Get out of there. I ain't having 2 encounter cards if I can help it. Beyond that, what does Squirrel Girl do? After she enters play, deal damage to each enemy. 1 damage. I mean, that's... she's cheap. What else could I do? I want to hold on to my shield toss, although actually I could get rid of that upgrade on Ultron. I think it's probably time. Yeah, I'll play 2 energy resources. Oh, I'm tapped though. Why am I tapped, or did I forget to untap? Oh yeah, I thwarted. So I'm going to have to discard a card to untap. Can't be either of those because I need 2 energy. It's going to have to be Squirrel Girl, sorry. Discard a card to untap, and then immediately tap myself to exhaust your hero and spend 2 energy resources to get rid of Ultron's Retaliate. Because that's quite nasty. That leaves me with Shield Toss and Genius. I'm going to hold on to both those. Do I flip down? No, because I'm already tapped, so I can't make use of the Steve's apartment because you exhaust yourself. Oh wait, no, you exhaust the apartment actually, so I totally could. But that would mean he's going to thwart, or rather scheme. Yeah, I will. Well, first of all, we'll do 1 damage with Clint, because why not, I guess. So Ultron's down to 4. But yeah, we'll flip down to Steve Rogers, we'll tap Steve's apartment, so we heal 1, we're back up to 10. And we draw 1 card. Shield block, very nice. So that means we can tank the next hit coming at us. End of turn, untap, untap. 1 goes on the main scheme. And then a drone's coming out. Just do it sideways like that. That's scheming for 1 by default. Ultron is scheming for 1 plus 2 and a star, so that's 2 going on. But also Ultron heals 1 damage for each drone, so he's healing 1. And putting 2 more on there, so I'll just take away the 1 and put on a 3. So it's up to 6, and he's back up to 5 health. Could certainly be worse. Oh, I totally forgot to redraw to full size of hand as well. So that would be 3 more. Make the call. Avengers assemble. Honorary Avenger. So for this next turn, I'm curious if I can do this interaction. Can I choose to make Hawkeye attack while I'm in Ultra Ego form? I presume I can. So I'm just going to have him, I guess, thwart for 1. So that would take him out. Right? He goes into the discard pile, at which point I can use Make the Call for free, pay the printed cost of an ally in any player's discard pile to put that ally into play under your control. Does that then mean it's actually 1 less, sorry, because of Steve's ability, because it's the first ally I've played this turn? Because it doesn't say it has to be from your hand, it just says played. And it does say into play under your control, so I presume that's how that interacts, so I only have to pay 2 to get Hawkeye back, which is what I'm paying with Genius. If that's wrong, I apologise, but that's how I read it. And that means when he comes back out, he's right back to having 4 anti-drone arrows. And I also presume he comes back out untapped, because it's like a fresh spawn. Spawn probably isn't the right word, but I hope that's correct. If it isn't, well, I'm just interpreting the words as I thought they would be interpreted. I'm not trying to give myself an easy time. Anywho, he's an Avenger, so I don't need to use Honorary Upgrade. Let's get rid of Avengers Assemble and Honorary Avenger to use Shield Toss to do 4 damage to 2 enemies. Like that. And that means Drone goes away, which was Strength in Numbers. Ultron goes down to 1 health. Oh yeah, sorry, we should be on hero side for that. I was planning on flipping, but I should have been on that before saying that. And will thwart as Captain America, get rid of 2. And the newly respawned Hawkeye is hitting Ultron for 1. Square between the eyes, takes 1 damage, and procs him through to phase 2. It's time. So on phase 2, he goes up to 2 base scheme. When Ultron attacks you, put the top card of your deck into... Yeah, he still makes a drone. Until the end of this attack, Ultron gets plus... Oh, was that on the first side? No, okay, good. So now he's getting +1 attack for each drone engaged with you. So we really need the control of the board, which Hawkeye just seems so perfect for that. Oh, forgot 1 on the main scheme. And I also... Well, I didn't forget, it's now time. So we untap, end of round. I draw 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Strength and numbers, shield, block, strength. Make the call. Now it's Ultron's turn. 1 on the main scheme. I choose to make a drone come out. Hawkeye kills it. Oh wait, but I can use the other make the call to maybe get Falcon out. Good. So that's 1 gone. Then Ultron is attacking. I'm going to take it to the teeth because I have a shield block. So he's hitting for 2. Just 2. And, well, actually, I could just take that to the face, yeah. Because I didn't have to announce in advance I was going to shield block, presumably. Do I just take that to the face? Because he's attacked me either way, so that means he gets a drone, right? That's prior to him attacking, so he gets +1. Yeah, because the drone comes out. Although Hawkeye immediately shoots it, right? So he actually isn't getting it, but it would proc. So Hawkeye's down to 2 arrows. So it is just 2 damage. I'll just take it to the face for 8. We'll hold on to the shield block for like a really, really bad hit that presumably will come down the line. For my next turn, I considered flipping down to Steve to get Falcon out cheaper. But then we'd have a scheming turn, and I actually don't mind having a couple of blocking turns, although that said... I had my mind made up and now I'm changing my mind. Yeah, okay, we're going to flip down. We pay 1 less, I'm making the call, which means Falcon is costing 3 rather than 4. There's your 3. So he comes out right there. When Falcon comes out, look at the top 3 cards of the encounter deck and remove 1 threat for each treachery. That's a treachery, that's a treachery, also looks like a nasty treachery, and that is not. So back in order. Looks like the drones are getting upgraded in 3 cards time, so it's not good. But that means 2 threat comes off, which is pretty good. Oh yeah, I forgot to adjust the health dial. Ultron in this phase, 22 health. He is a tanky boy. With that, I'm going to tap Steve's apartment to heal 1, draw 1. So we're up to 9. Draw a card. Heroic strike. And we're technically tapped. Actually no, we're not technically tapped. I didn't tap, but I can't change back to hero this turn, unfortunately. That's okay. Might as well recover then. Go back up to full health, aka 11, and we'll have Falcon thwart. Get that last 2 off. I really don't want it to go down to the final 1. He takes 1 consequential. Hawkeye, I think I'm just going to keep alive, because I want him to keep killing drones. Yeah. So I've got 3 cards in my hand. I'm drawing 3 more because I'm still in Steve Rogers form. Quinjet, Heroic Strike, Fearless Determination. Almost got a full hand of just Steve's unique cards. Ready up at the end of the round. And then... Villain! 1 on the main scheme. I choose 2 more or a drone. I'm choosing a drone, it comes out, Hawkeye immediately shoots it and it dies. He's got 1 extra arrow left. Ultron is scheming. It's only on attacking he puts a drone down, yeah. So he's just scheming for a base of 2. Base of 2. So he schemes that up to 3. We get an encounter card. Rage of Ultron. When revealed, I am in alter ego form. Ultron schemes. Discard the top card of your deck for each threat placed this way. So he's scheming for 2 plus nothing and goodbye upgraded drones. So hang on, he's doing it for 2 top card of your deck for each threat. So 2 more and 2 cards discarded. Strength in numbers. Quinjet. I'm almost at the point of running out. In fact, after this next turn, that's going to be the case. I'm going to have to shuffle my deck again. Alright, let's see what we can do. I am going to make use of the fact we're on the Steve Rogers side to use his ability. We're going to tap Steve's apartment. We can't really heal one because we're at full health, but I presume you're still allowed to draw one, so I am. Perfect. I was actually going to consider going into the pile there for Squirrel Girl, although I just realised I forgot I don't have a make the call. So I'm glad we drew into an ally, because that means we can play her for 2. And we're going to do that with a Heroic Strike and a Quinjet. So that means Agent 13 is back. Welcome back. What do you do again? When she enters play, remove 2 from a scheme. Excellent. At this point, we are becoming Captain America. And we really need to start punching Ultron in the teeth. That's my goal here. I could discard my entire hand to heroically strike him, but I think I'd rather hold on to my shield blocks. So, on that note, we'll use Fearless Determination. We get +1 thwart and we draw a card. Because I'm having to shuffle this anyway, so I might as well mill it a little bit. Honorary Avenger. Not what I wanted, but we are going to thwart, so we thwart for 3. Get that back down to 0. I am going to get rid of Honorary Avenger to untap with I can do this all day. And now we get to decide what all my team is doing, because I'm holding on to the other 3 cards I have. We are going to hit Ultron for... I'm keeping Hawkeye alive just in case I draw the card where allies take 1 damage, so I'm not doing anything with him because I want him to take out 1 more drone. So we'll attack with Steve, we'll attack with Falcon, and we'll attack with Agent 13. So that is 2, 4, that's 5 damage. And each of those 2 take a consequential 5 damage. So that's Ultron down to 17. Not too shabby. I've got to draw 2 cards, and unfortunately I have 1 left. Avengers Tower. So we're going to get an extra encounter card. But I still need to draw 1 more card, so let me just quickly shuffle. That'll do. Avengers Assemble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Alright. Enemy turn. 1 on the main scheme. I'm going to choose to let a drone come out. Hawkeye uses his last extra arrow. Goodbye again, shield toss. So Hawkeye is now expendable. Ultron is attacking us. I'm taking it to the face. 2 damage plus 4 damage. I'll be using a shield block to tap his shield and take nothing. So that's that done. Then... oh yeah, when he attacked me though, you do still put out another drone, unfortunately. So it was actually 5 damage. And that drone is still out, because Hawkeye can't take it out. Fair enough. The encounter card. These 2, starting with this one. Vibranium Armor, attached to the villain. Forced response, after the villain takes damage, give it tough. Discard 2 physical resources and exhaust your hero to get rid of that. That's annoying. Ultron's Imperative. When revealed, the first player puts the top 2 cards of their deck face down, engaged as... oh, I really need a shield toss. As the drones, this has 2 threat on it, so it's easy to get rid of. But the thing it does when it comes out is the hard part. So there's 3... Hawkeye, why did you have to run out of arrows? There's 3 drones out, which means Ultron's hitting for a base of 5 as well, which is scary. And it's 2 encounter cards. So oh, this should have untapped there. So that is suddenly very dangerous, and it means if I hit Ultron at all, he then immediately takes a free hit, because that's what tough does. So unfortunately I can't really do anything about Vibranium Armor this turn. I don't have the 2 physical resources to get rid of it, so we're going to focus on the side scheme and the drones. I don't have a shield toss either, which is rough. So, Agent 13 thwarts for 2. We're going to get rid of that scheme immediately. 1 consequential damage, and she's done. We have these 2 left. Sam's going to sacrifice himself to take out a drone, which was strength in numbers, and Hawkeye will take 1 consequential damage to take out another one. The strength card, I'm glad that's back. And then we come to Steve's turn. What can I do? If I spend my entire hand, I can hit Ultron for 6, but then that gives him that toughness, so I think I'd rather thwart. So these two are both used up for now. Let's... We'll... Am I thwart? No, we'll hit the drone. We'll tap to take out the drone. Honorary Avenger. And then we shall... pay 2 to get Avengers Tower out, I guess. It's a thing. It increases the maximum number of allies you're allowed by 1, so we can have 4 allies out. Exhaust the tower to reduce the cost of an next Avenger you play by 1, so that's something. And then I don't think we're going to use anything else. I've got a shield block left in my hand. I want to save that for just now, so everybody untaps. We draw 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quinjet, strength in numbers, heroic strike, make the call. Ultron's turn. 1 on the main scheme. Actually, this time I'm going to count it as 3, so no drone out by default. He is attacking me though, so that puts a drone out. He is hitting for a base of 3. I'm going to take it to the face and then probably use shield block. So base of 3. 5 now, and we don't get to do Steve's unique problem, so that's good, honestly. And she'll just take no damage. Oh yeah, I should have untapped the shield at the end of that round, but I didn't untap it, but still. It's now retapped anyway. I do have 2 physical resources, so next turn I can get rid of that vibranium armor. Did I forget anything? Yes, that drone came out when Ultron attacked, so it missed its opportunity. I put 3 on that in total. Yeah, I think we're good. Encounter card, that's it. Under attack, so this is the side one it added. When revealed, each player chooses to either place 2 threat here or deal 3 damage to their hero. And it starts with 3. And that means we can't... it must be defeated before threat can be removed from the main scheme. That's nasty. I will choose to take the 3 damage, sorry. So we're down to 8. Because we're at full. A new wrinkle to deal with. So, we are going to spend 2 physical resources and tap Steve to get rid of that vibranium armor. So Ultron is no longer going to gain tough if I deal damage to him. Then, we definitely need to get rid of that under attack scheme. Hawkeye and Agent 13 can do it, but it'll take both of them out. Sure. Yeah, they'll both thwart until 2 for her, 1 for him. That's this gone. Get rid of it nice and quick. That puts both them in the discard pile, so next turn I can use make the call to get them out. I think I want Ultron to scheme this turn. Oh, he's a base of 2, that's 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm going to go down to Steve Rogers' side, tap Steve's apartment to draw 1, heal 1. Oh, there's Squirrel Girl. Well, is she an Avenger? She is an Avenger, so we can tap Avengers Tower to make her only cost 1, discard Avengers Tower, and put Squirrel Girl out. She's not exactly great, but after she enters play, deal 1 damage to each enemy. Well, that drone goes away. And Ultron takes a massive 1 damage, going down to 16. It feels like it's been forever since he took any damage. And she can still do something, so I will make her thwart for 1. So 1 consequential damage over 2 health. That goes away. That leaves make the call, the only card left in my hand. And we're drawing 5 because we're on Steve's side, so 6 total. Power of Leadership, Honorary Avenger, Fearless Determination, Wonder Man. You might finally get played. And Avengers Assemble. Okay. We untap everything at the end of our turn there. 1 on the main scheme, and I'm going to put a drone out. Ultron schemes, so does the drone. So 1 for the drone, 2 for Ultron, and choose to either spend a science resource or put the top card of your deck in play as a drone. Do I have a science resource I don't want? Ha, I don't, so we'll have to do that unfortunately. So another drone comes out. But that was 2 base, that's 3, so just 3 more. And then an encounter card. Ultron schemes. Discard the top of your deck for each scheme this way. So base of 2. That's 3 more. Oh, that's exactly enough. And what was the wording of it? For each threat placed this way. That's 3 drones? Oh no, sorry, it's just discard. Just discard 3. That's still bad, but... okay. Well, unfortunately, that means that at the end of his turn, it hits max. So we go to the final step, which is not good. We go down to... Countdown to Oblivion. Ultron has seized control of NORAD. It's only a matter of time before he overcomes the command safeguards and launches the nuclear arsenal. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck in play as a minion. Or as a drone, rather. That's 3 drones. I'm seeing double here. 6 crusties. And then Advanced Siege 2B. So this only needs to get to 5 to win. 5 per player. So that's very bad. Threat cannot be removed from this scheme. Uh-oh. That's called a time limit. I think we're going to lose now. That is very rough. Alright, we need to find a way to deal 16 damage as fast as humanly possible. Well, this might be the end. Let's see. We're starting in Steve Rogers' form. So let's make use of his apartment. We'll heal 1, draw 1. That might matter, actually. Having more energy is a good thing. We're back up to 10 health, but I think we're going to time out on the scheme, if anything else. If I let Ultron scheme, we're basically done. He has to keep attacking me. So we're absolutely... well, actually, we might want to get someone out first. Hang on. Because he reduces the cost by 1. Avengers Tower would reduce it again. Oh, does that mean we get Wonder Man for free? Can you get a card for free in this? Because he costs 2 base. Steve's power reduces by 1. Avengers Tower, because he is an Avenger. Tapped. I presume that's okay. So he comes out for free. He hits for 3, but if you attack with him, you have to discard a card, unfortunately. Next. Who do we want out? I could if I hold on to make the call plus enough energy to use it, I could wait until there's some scheme on there, deliberately bring Sam out and reduce the threat. I think that's probably my bet here. Although I also kind of want to use Avengers Assemble. How much? Because for Avengers Assemble, you ready every Avenger and they get +1 attack and +1 thwart. Oh, at this point obviously we're also... so let's add that up. Only a base attack of 1. But that would be 4 twice if I have 2 cards to discard. So that's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 of the 16 required. Can I get 2 more damage somewhere? I don't actually I don't need to get 2 more damage, but I'm going to get hit for a minimum of 5, a maximum of 8. But you can tank. You can take 8 and live. On the assumption the event card isn't also like an attack. Although we could always just sacrifice someone for that. Although Squirrel Girl was going away. I think we're on to something. Hang on, if I do make the call now... oh, but I need 4 to play Avengers Assemble. Let's see, there's 2 from Genius. I know I usually try and think this through off camera, but this is important. Power of Leadership, Avengers Assemble is a leadership card, so those 2 cards cover the cost. That leaves me with 2 energy and I make the call. Who can I get out for 2 energy? None of them, right? Falcon's 3 and... yeah. Okay. So close. I don't think there's any other way to get anyone out, unfortunately. Did I count Steve as attacking twice? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did, yeah. Alright, well, as long as I live 1 turn, we can get Ultron next turn. I think that's unfortunately just going to be what I have to do. So, we're going all in on Ultron. I tap for Steve. Hits for 2. Tap for Squirrel Girl. Oh, unfortunately, right, I'm one away because that takes her out, so she's not going to get the benefit. So in that case, I'm not attacking with her yet. Discarding a card to attack with Wonder Man. He hits for 3. Goes down to 11. Taps. I use both these cards for a total of 4 because I'm playing a leadership card, so that counts as 2. Avengers Assemble. Everyone on readies. Oh, but I can get him in, I can attack a 3rd time with Steve because I haven't used I can do this all day yet. I will get rid of Fearless Determination to make Wonder Man attack. He hits for 3. Does he does take consequential damage as well. That's rough. But that's 3 more damage. So Ultron's down to 8. At this point, Squirrel Girl... Oh, sorry, that's 4, because he's plus 1 damage from that card, so he's down to 7. Right? Hang on, where is it? Avengers Assemble, plus 1 attack. Yes, that was 4. Pardon me. Squirrel Girl is attacking for 2, puts him down to 5. Unfortunately, gets taken out in the process. Steve, attacking for 2. Oh, he's going to be on 1 health. That's so annoying. And then I'm going to get rid of the make the call to I can do this all day and attack again for 2. He's on 1 health. I need to live this turn to destroy him. Wonder Man's probably going to have to take a sacrificial hit from Ultron here. But, yeah, let's just play on. Sorry, I used that card as well. We draw 5. Steve's helmet. We didn't get any shield blocks, yep. Villain turn. 1 goes on the scheme. It no longer has that rule where you have to pick for a drone or 2 more, so fine. Oh yeah, and ready up. The drones are all hitting for 1 damage each. I'm going to take all of that on Steve, down to 7 health. Ultron is attacking, and Wonder Man's going to take that to the teeth. So, base of 2, stays 2, takes him out. It comes down to what this last treachery card is, or sorry, what this last encounter card is. Treachery, it wouldn't be that bad. Shadows of the Past, it's a bit late. Reveal your set-aside Nemesis minion and put it into play. Engage with you, reveal the set-aside Nemesis side scheme and put it into play. Shuffle the rest of the set-aside into the encounter deck. If your Nemesis minion does not enter the game this way, it gains Surge. So, Captain America has to fight Baron Zemo. Let's see, so, when revealed in player order, each player discards the top card of the encounter deck and takes 1 damage for each boost icon. Okay, 0. And that scheme has 3 on it. It's a hit squad. Baron Zemo enters play. Quick strike, so he's immediately attacking. I don't know where to put it. I think we're still going to be able to end because I can still ignore him. Yeah, so I'm not going to bother shuffling these into the encounter deck, but that's what you would add. An event called Hail Hydra, 2 Hydra soldiers. Because he is hitting me for 3. Fine, I'll take it to the face. Why are you helping Ultron, you fool? That's it. You're not allowed to thwart. Doesn't matter. Rolls around to my turn. Boom. Ultron dealt with. Just barely. Oh, I'm losing my voice. So hopefully almost everything was done correctly there. Obviously it's the first time playing against Ultron, so by all means there might have been some stuff wrong. It came down to the wire. We didn't really get to see Baron Zemo do much, but I'm kind of okay with that. And as I mentioned, I feel like I'm losing my voice. When I'm editing these, I'm always surprised at how long they end up being, because I'm like, it felt like 20 minutes when I was playing. It feels like such a quick game. But then you look at how long the video is, it's like, oh, an hour almost. Or maybe even, in this case. It's one of those games where you just kind of, you don't pay attention to how much time has passed, and I mean that as an absolute compliment, which is why I'm enjoying it so much. I am hoping to get more of it recorded just to have kind of in the hopper in case I have issues with the transferring to the new PC, as I mentioned at the top of the video. I'm sure this has ran on long enough though, so I'm not going to repeat myself. I will simply say, if you made it to the end of the video, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed, and if you do want to see more, please show your support. And I really mean it this time, because I'm very much enjoying this game, so I want an excuse to be able to play more of it, and if I can record it, that is a really good excuse. If you want to show your support, you can do so by becoming a channel member, or checking out my channel sponsor via the affiliate link in the description box below. With that, to save my voice for my stream tonight, enjoy your day and see you next time. Ta-ta for now.